fantastic people, welcome back to F1ntastic Gaming. Today we have a very exciting episode. My team career, it's finally started. This is episode 0 and this is where we start the team. So we're gonna finally start the My Team Career Mode series. This is episode 0 because there's no actually qualifying or race. We're actually just gonna begin the team.
Welcome to My Team. Here, you'll experience the world of Formula 1 not only as a driver, but as the owner of a brand new F1 team. First things first, let's choose your character.
So this is the character customization. You can see I've already done the customization for the multiplayer, but I'm gonna change my character and I'm gonna make it for my team. You can see that I'm just flicking through all the options. I have the 70 edition celebration. This is the normal default celebration. I'm yet to unlock more through the podium pass, but I will do that soon. And I've customized my helmet. It's just a plain red helmet for now. And there's my race suit. My gloves are plain red as well. And this is my podium emote. And my car number is 28. And my radio name is Falcon.
Now, let's set up some of the key details of your new team. We'll start with an easy one. What name would you like to give the team?
I'm gonna go simple and I'm gonna put F1ntastic Racing.
Nice.
It seems like the obvious name for the team.
Some kind of income stream is critical, so we need to sign a primary sponsor. Our primary sponsor will pay a signing bonus to the team up front. This is vital to cover the early investments we need to make. They will also provide valuable weekly income for us. Each sponsor has a goal that they want the team to achieve. If we hit that goal, the sponsor will pay us an additional goal bonus.
So as Carl said, this is the sponsor selection screen. There are different sponsor goals and signing bonuses and weekly income. So we want a good balance and we want a good cash flow, but we also need to have realistic goals. So if there are some goals that are definitely not realistic, then there is no point in choosing the sponsor. But I've decided to go with Loop. It seems like a realistic sponsor goal, which is 5 points finishes, and we get a good bonus for that, 4.25 million. And now we have to choose our power unit supplier.
Durability from our power unit, but we also need to balance the books. We're going to have a lot of other areas to invest our cash into.
This is the power unit select screen. You want to get a good power unit, but not too expensive power unit, because you need to spend some money on a teammate as well. You can see that the Ferrari is the highest and Honda engine is the lowest, although I'm not so sure that's correct. But we're gonna choose Honda because that's a good power unit and it is not that bad, even though it is the worst option. Now we're gonna choose a teammate.
First teammate. They all have their own strengths and weaknesses, so consider everything when deciding who to hire. Drivers earn acclaim based on their performances. When a driver earns enough acclaim, they will level up. The higher a driver's level, the more acclaim they'll earn for their current team. And remember, the faster the team levels up, the faster our income will increase. The higher a driver's experience, the more resource points are earned to spend on vehicle upgrades. Racecraft is the driver's skill to effectively complete overtakes when opportunities arise. Awareness shows the driver's ability to avoid errors and incidents. Pace describes the driver's ability to set competitive lap times. Rating is a summary of the driver's overall skill level.
So you can see now the options for our teammate. These are not all the options, there are more. The worst option is Nikita Mazepin. Antoine Hubert is the top option. I decided to go with Jordan King because he had a good rating overall and he had good pace and awareness and racecraft. And now we can advance. We now move on to the livery select.
Let's select or edit the livery we'll be running this season. We can add more sponsors to the car as we sign them throughout the year. And don't worry, we can edit our look at any time from HQ.
You can see I already have some liveries, some are defaults and some are multiplayer, but the one I've selected right now is the livery we're gonna use. I customized it and now we need a team badge for the branding, and this is my existing multiplayer badge that I created, but I'm gonna create a new one from scratch, which is pretty similar, but it's more bright, a bit more vibrant, and it's gonna be the badge for F1ntastic Racing. And now we need to pick the team colors. These colors will be there throughout HQ, and you can see that we're customizing them to fit our badge, and I changed that blue to black. Now we can advance, but then I realized that I should change my character because I have to change the race suit to suit the colors of the car, and you can see that it's not been customized that much. I can definitely customize it more. I'm gonna change the gloves, I'm gonna change the helmet, and I'm gonna change the race suit. I've made the palm of the gloves black, as you will see later, and I'm gonna change the helmet. I thought I could keep it this simple, but then I realized that, I should make it a little bit more different. I mean, this is far too simple. It's just all red with that one sponsor and the team badge, so I selected this helmet, and I can completely change the colors, and that's exactly what I did. I did a little bit of a darker red, I did the bright red, and I did black. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that helmet and the gloves, and now it's time to customize the race suit. You can see I've customized it. I've removed those white lines, I made that black so it's not that visible, and I've made whatever blue parts were there before, I made that black as well. And this is the race suit that me and my teammate Jordan King will wear. You can see him customizing the gloves again and making them a little bit brighter red with more saturation. And now it is finally complete. Our team is finally ready. The character, the podium celebration, you can see I'm keeping it the same, and everything is done. You can see my teammate Jordan King has the same race suit, and we advance. Now we have to select the season length. A new feature in F1 2020 for my team career mode and normal driver career mode is the season length. You can change the season length to 16 races or 10 races, but I just go with normal. I'm gonna do a standard race style, and I'm gonna do 25% races, which is a quarter of the full race, and I'm gonna do a short qualifying. I can't change the practice length. 30 minutes each practice session, and short qualifying you can see is 18 minutes, which is the same length as Q1. And I just go through the settings again: full damage, regular corner cutting rules, and we move on to our team headquarters for the very first time. We're gonna get a little tutorial at the start as the game loads the team headquarters, and you can see we actually meet the press at our team headquarters before anything starts off. So this press meeting will be with Will Buxton, which is new in the game. Was not there in F1 2019 because there was no buy team, remember. Claire is still there in the game, as you will see later. Acclaim, morale, and other such things can be affected by your press answers. You should not do no comment. It may affect you in the future, but for now, we're not going to do any media coaching either. An important thing to note is that your answers could affect the team's direction. So, for example, if you say that AlphaTauri are our rivals, it could become your rival. We're going to start the interview now.
Okay, we're live in 5, 4, 3.
Hello folks, and welcome to the HQ of Formula One's newest team. We've been invited backstage to gain an exclusive insight into what could be one of the most exciting entries in the sport for many years. Now, we've seen a number of new teams enter the sport over the last decade, amongst their number Manor, Caterham, HRT, and of course Haas. And while some have proved to be successful, others have morphed into different teams, and some have disappeared completely. What marks this team out, though, as being something different is that its owner is also its driver. Now, there's a rich history of that in Formula One too. Sir Jack Brabham, John Surtees, Graham Hill, and Bruce McLaren all drove their own cars in the sport, but it has become increasingly rare in recent years. What's very special about this team, though, is that while the team itself is new to Formula One, so too is its driver and owner.
Whatever happens this season, you've already made the history books. Tell me, do you feel up to the mammoth task of both managing and driving for a Formula One team?
I won't lie, it's been a lot of work, but I've taken on the task. I wouldn't have taken on the task if I didn't believe in myself and my team. I'm gonna go with this answer because I do believe in myself and my team. This may boost the morale of the team a little bit, although it doesn't show.
Every team needs two drivers, but what was it that drew you to your teammates?
I think it was finding that right fit for the team, and Yeah, what I really liked about Jordan King was that he has a lot of pace and he has an overall good rating for an F2 driver, and so this is the option that I'm gonna choose.
No one aims to finish bottom of the table. Who's the team you're aiming to beat?
Well, Williams and Haas are at the absolute bottom, so I don't think that's gonna be the situation. Alfa Romeo, not too bad, but I'm looking more towards Alpha Tauri because I think that they would be the right competition for us, and they would push us on, and we would push them on.
How are you expecting the car to feel out on track?
I honestly don't know, and I don't want to take any risky answers. So I'm just gonna go with the top option. Sim data looks good, but we won't know until we get out on track.
The other teams now have years of experience, both on and off the track. How are you planning to catch up to them?
Again, I want to go safe. I mean, it is my first press interview. I don't want to do anything too risky, but I'm gonna go with the top option. It's gonna be tough. We'll have a better picture after the first race. That's when we will know what we have to do. You can see I actually did want to go with other options, but I'm not. I really want to try out the car first before saying anything about the car's performance.
Overtaking is a key part of this sport. How have you ensured that your car can take advantage of each opportunity that comes your way?
This time you have to comment on one of the areas of the car. Um, I do want to have some good straight line speed because I know that the air won't be the best, so that's why I went with power.
And finally, which of your new departments are you most proud
I
of?
went with the power unit department again because I already commented on the power before. Why do I need to go differ too much? And this is the end of the interview.
Well, that's about all we've got time for here. We will see how this fledgling team fares in its first Grand Prix.
Okay, great, thank you. That's a wrap.
Great interview, boss. You nailed exactly what the team's been working on. When you've got time, check the R&D tree to see our current progress and where we think there's room for more. And while you're at it, why not take a stroll around HQ and check on how the team's doing?
You can see that we've properly arrived in HQ. We can see our balance, we can see our resource management, our resource points, and our team acclaim level. And yeah, our acclaim is basically going to change over time. And you can see this is our
This is where you
headquarters.
can view our
We are
current
flicking through the
facilities
different
and the effects
options.
they're
This is the
having on
facilities
business.
where
You
we
can also
develop
invest
parts
some
of the
our
car,
cash into upgrades for
and
these
we
facilities.
can upgrade these facilities as well as long as we have enough cash. This R&D, the R&D tree, and this is where we manage the car's upgrades, and this is where we can see the car's performance in comparison to our rivals and other teams. As facilities get upgraded, we can develop more upgrades at a time, and our upgrade failure chances will be low. We can see the progress for the upgrades, so when we purchase an upgrade, we can see how much it is putting our car ahead. And you can see we can't get another sponsor yet. We have to improve the acclaim level after the first race or so, and we're at the bottom of the table for now. That doesn't really matter right now because I mean everyone has 0 points, so we're not actually at the bottom of the table. These are rivalries, so you get rewards, and you can see how you're
It's
doing
important
against
to
your
use the time
rivals, which
between
you
races
choose.
to the fullest
This team
extent, and
activities
that's where these
where
activities come
we
in.
can use the time
Manage
between the
everyone's
races
time
to
as
do things
efficiently
that
as
will
possible
benefit the
to
team.
maximize the team's
Sometimes it's not
performance.
the team, it's actually the drivers. It varies all the time, but we always get some spare time, and you can always use autofill if you're stuck. Autofill fills in the time left for the next race or the next event for you. And you can see we have a bunch of options, 7-day options and 5-day options. There's driver training camp, power and durability focus, air on chassis focus, preseason advertisement campaign, preseason merch sale, and preseason driver press tour. I'm going through and I'm seeing what's the biggest advantage for us, and I saw the driver training camp was doing really good, and we only have 4 days left. It's not enough for more activities, so now we fast forward through time, driver training camp, weekly resources, and weekly running costs. We get general durability over time, and now we go to the car reveal. I'm really happy with the car. I think it looks great. There's only one sponsor, so there's not many sponsor decals, but you can see I actually upgrade the Analysis Suite. $1 million is the cost. All the team can afford, really, because we only got a little bit of money up front. We get general durability over time, weekly resources, running costs, and you get the Analysis Suite upgrade, which I did. And yeah, that's for driver training, which is pretty important. And this is the weekend tire allocation. We can change it every weekend before the race weekend. We go with the balanced one because I want a good balance of tires. I don't want too many hard tires, I don't want too many soft tires. And we go to our first practice session. You can see we're right here sitting in front of our workstation at the Australian Grand Prix. We're looking around to see how it looks. Team colors everywhere, team logo. You can see that the uniforms are looking pretty good with a good combination of colors. As we go to our workstation, and you can see we can't skip practice one because I mean, like, it's the first practice session, first chance to see how the car is. R&D tree, car parts, inbox, and rivalries. That's what we see, and we go to practice one.
Hey boss, this is Jeff. Just wanted to say thanks for trusting me as your race engineer. I won't let you down. The car is ready to go, but it's brand new of course, so there may be a few issues here and there. We'll be keeping a close eye on all the data.
Of course they had to keep Jeff. Actually, Jeff isn't that bad, but like, there's no new race engineer in my team. As we look around the garage, looking around the car, and we're gonna go straight to the track. I wanna get out as soon as possible and be the first on track, but you can see that one of the McLarens has beat me to the track, but nevertheless, we are gonna be there. This for the first time. We get out of the garage, and you can see that the car looks great with the black halo, and we take off the pit limiter, and we're on the power for speeding down the straight, speeding out of the pit lane, and we go into turn one. Of course, you hit that understeer because it's a new car and the tires are cold, but look at that. Don't you think the car looks good? Let me know in the comments below what do you think of the car. For now, the car was feeling okay. I was still getting used to it because, like, the halo looks different a little bit different to the normal teams. As I flick through the camera angles, you can see that this is the cockpit and this is the TV pod. I use TV pod offset with a custom camera setting, and I'm gonna let you guys listen to the engine sounds of our car, and I must say it's pretty nice. And we're going to start our first timed lap in this car. I am so excited to do this. Finally, my team career mode is here, and we brake for turn one. We complete a team challenge, engine/ERS, speed trap 311.6 kilometers per hour. We're in first in the speed trap right now because we're out pretty early. You can see we got quite a bit of understeer through turn one because I'm still getting used to the car. Plus, it is a new car, and in the start it will be pretty much the worst you can expect. Not the worst, but it will be pretty bad. And we go through the next corner, turn 6, turn 7, and we move on to later in the lap using overtake mode. We clipped the wall a little bit there, and I didn't think that we had damage. As we go through this fast high-speed chicane, pretty difficult. You can see we do mess up pretty bad there, and yeah, we don't get really much damage, and we stay on board for the whole lap, almost the whole lap, excluding a little bit. I wanted to show you as much as I can of this new car, how it feels. You see it's quite oversteer, and we do get damage, so I do abort that first lap. The damage gets a little bit bad. You can see going wide at the pit lane entry, and we come into the pits, and we're gonna get that wing damage repaired. You can see that other drivers are coming into the pits for other teams. We're looking behind for now, but as we come into the pit box, I noticed something. The dream team is here. There's Benjamin Daly, TM at Marduk. There's Arava right there, and now you're gonna see there's Matt Gallagher, the dream team in the F1 game, working on my car. Plenty of memes about that on social media as my halo covers Arava's face. And yeah, you can see Benjamin Daly and Matt Gallagher walking back into the garage as the team roll my car in. And you can see I'm just looking around the cockpit. I'm seeing how it looks. You can see a camera on the halo, which is always there in all the cars and is there in real life as well. pretty good animation there, and the steering wheel is kind of like the FOM car steering wheel, which is yeah, it's not the same as the other teams. And I start the track acclimatization program to see how I'm doing on the track. Turn 1 goes good, not the best, as we activate DRS and come through the exit of turn 2, and you can see we're using plenty of overtake mode coming to turn 3. It's quite difficult to get the traction good out of turn 3, but we do well in the track acclimatization program. And yeah, as I was saying, turn 3 isn't that good for the traction. It's very easy to spin to get a lot of wheel spin. Our first lap only got us P20 mainly because we were on the hard tires, and so I went out on the mediums and I did another flying lap, and you can see it's going much better. I'm 1 whole second up on my previous lap, which increases as we lose traction out of the corner and hit quite a bit of understeer in the final corner, which I did experience in the practice sessions. And we come across the line, and our lap puts us in a P13, which is ahead of the AlphaTauris, which is good. And you can see we go wide there. And yeah, I mean, things were looking pretty good for us, and I was pretty happy with the car's performance, seeing that it's a completely new car and this is its first session. But there are a few problems that we will be able to fix over time, but not for now. And we end that practice session in P13 ahead of our rivals and behind the cars that are definitely faster than us. I go on an ERS management program in practice 2 on the medium tires, and you can see that the ERS management is good, but we're really slow. We're far behind our target lap time, more than 1 second, over a second behind. And so I go out on another flyer for the ERS management program. Yeah, you can see coming through the final corner, wall of understeer, so much understeer through the corner. And I go on the soft tires thinking that the target lap time will be the same, but it's actually modified to fit the soft tires as we get 4th in the speed trap, and we get quite a lot of understeer in the first corner, losing time. And you can see when we come across the line, it's 2/10 too slow, and yeah, we were facing issues with this. The lap time was invalidated. For now, we're up on our delta, so it's not looking too bad. But on the exit of turn 2, you're gonna see in the next video as well, we were facing problems. But as we come through the lap, you can see I've pushed hard and managed my ERS as well as best as I can. The best ERS management I've probably ever done, using the overtake mode in the right places, but not depleting the ERS too much. You can see that we're up on the target lap time by 1.5 tenths, which is increasing to 2.5 tenths, and we get purple, which is optimal energy use, and we're going fast. So things are looking pretty good, and we're just gonna go to the replay cameras to see how the car looks. You can see it looks pretty nice as we come down the second straight, and we move on to the end of practice 2. That lap put us in P10 actually, as other people put in laps as well. And you can see Jordan King, my teammate, in P12, so that's pretty good for a new team. And guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It is the beginning of F1ntastic Racing. It was so exciting for me, and hit that like button, which is a thumbs up button, and subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you know when a new video comes out. This is F1ntastic Gaming.